Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most important things for your vinyl collection, and that is vinyl storage. So let's get into it. First thing that we're going to talk about is outer jacket sleeves. And so here I have a vinyl, a record jacket, and you want to think about that there's been like 40-50 years of dust collecting a lot of these things, and you might not notice with just one cube of vinyl, but when you fill up an entire room, if you don't have this jacket clean and there's another 1,000 like it, your house is going to be a dust trap and your sinuses are constantly flaring. And I would know because I lived it. So what I do with all of my jacket sleeves here at Fading Petals is I use two of them. And just for very simple storage, one, I go toward the seam. So number one, the jacket is basically sealed. All that dust that's inside, 40 years of dust, isn't seeping out into the open air to be inhaled through your nostrils and into your sinus cavities. So, and then the second sleeve I'll put in the back and going straight up. And the reason for this is because now you can add your record and go right through the back. And this is easy access, folks. That's what we love here. We love easy access, quick playing, and you don't have your vinyl sleeve in a 50-year-old dusty jacket where if you cleaned it and you want to keep it clean, you don't want to put it right back in the jacket. So this is a great way to store records. Now, for the outer jacket sleeves, and we're getting into prices, I'm going to be showing you prices, all my industry secrets, 5+ years here at Fading Petals, maybe a little less than that. That might be being dramatic, but we've sold thousands of records, folks. So these are industry secrets. The first is what kind of outer jackets you can get. Now, Amazon, when you search jackets, they're going to give you some, you know, get 100 for $25, I think is their main brands. But you don't want to trust those. They're fine jackets, but if you have a cube or two, it doesn't matter. If you want to have more than that, it's going to matter because the costs add up quick. So the first mistake I ever made was going to the BCW jacket sleeves. And folks, if you don't know, these are cheap, 12 cents each. 12 cents, you know, if you get 500 of them on Amazon. So, but what you realize is they tear constantly, and they don't work to that method where you can put one over the side. Then you start having to fold corners and stuff. So I bought these when I've been in a pinch, but they don't hold up well. They're what you get for 12 cents, and they're 12 cents. Hey, you know, that's not too bad, but we can do better with only maybe I think up three more cents. So, and I'll be dropping links in the description, of course, because you need to see these. This is the Hudson. So Hudson Hi Fi sells an outer sleeve, and this is coming in at 15 cents when you buy 500. So, you know, if you don't have, you know, the needs to do 500, which is really only 250 jackets, well, you might want to go and just get, you know, Amazon's, you know, the top search that, you know, has good reviews, and pay, you know, 40 cents a sleeve. But when it comes to you're doing 500, 1,000, you're going to want to do it right. So first thing is always clean your jacket with some wipes before, and dry it off before you put it in the sleeve, so you don't have a yellowed sleeve in a few years. And then this is the Hudson Hi Fi. You can see this is a lot thicker, folks. And being thicker and stuff like this is great because it's not, you don't get so many tears. The other one, the BCW sleeve, tearing all the time. And this one's built for time. So I really like these ones. They feel nice and soft on the hand. But most importantly, it's only 15 cents each. So when at Fading Petals, we don't really look at the cost too much that way, because a lot of this stuff, as long as you can keep it from adding up quick, you can provide the quality content that customers deserve. They deserve double sleeves. The sellers are so cheap, and the way to avoid being that and being a high-end record store is to do it right. And guess what? It doesn't cost too much to do it right. For example, a fragile sticker costs less than a penny. Why isn't every vinyl seller putting 2, 3 fragile stickers on every box? And the answer is because not only are they cheap, but they're lazy. And so we've now covered jacket protectors. Let's cover inner sleeves. As to where you want to put your vinyl, there's so many different ways you can do it. I'm going to get into worst to first, of course. So worst, which you could argue is first, is milk crates. They're cheap. In many cases free. You can get them, comes with vinyl when you buy mass collections and all sorts of stuff. But I've only found one milk crate out of like 50 that actually holds all the record inside the milk crate with some space for easy stacking, and I don't have any other milk crates to stack on it that fits. So milk crates, to me, they're cheap, but they don't provide easy access to the vinyl. Other than a milk crate, you could go with something like this. And this is sort of like a comic book box, but it's for vinyl records. And it's from Sleeve City, and you can get these at $12 a box, and they'll, I've beaten this one up, but you can get them $10 a box. They hold about 60 records. It's a good milk crate replacement because they stack so well. And, you know, sometimes milk crates are not always so available. So Sleeve City, $10. Then there's shipping on the top. So, you know, probably $13, $14 each if you buy a few of them. And that's pretty affordable. Now, what I really like is right behind me. And that's going to be the Walmart Better Homes and Gardens storage cubes. And I just bought 2 of these, and I'll get the 16 cube. Right now I believe it's around $100, and I did the math. That's 11 cents a record for storage. So around 60 records go in each cube. Almost 1,000 records goes in the 16 cube. So I'm not an affiliate, but I really do enjoy those cubes there. And the reason is you're not going to find a better, cheaper solution. I mean, once you start going beyond this, you're just getting into that you enjoy this. At one point, yes, I want the mahogany, you know, bookshelf, slide my hands along, right? But these are really, really well-functioning cubes that do the trick. The only issue with the cubes, I would say, is that they are not like 13 inches in the back. So my kids are jerks, folks. They like to come in and push the records back. Nothing burns my blood more than that. And there's about 4 inches of space behind the record, so they can definitely do some damage. Now, I haven't come up with a solution because a 2x4 isn't exactly 4 inches. So if I put a cut up 2x4s behind it, they'd still be able to push the records back like a ½ inch, and that would still irk me. So if anybody has a good idea, please drop it in the chat. I'd love to hear it. And finally, we get into the last thing about storage, which is how do you organize it. And this is what you saw in at the beginning of the video, and these are dividers, and you get these from BCW, and they're about $1 each. I haven't found anything cheaper, but they get a whole lot more expensive. So these are not really nice, I'm not gonna lie, but what I've done is try to make them as nice as possible. And the way you do that is you're gonna take an insert. Oh nice, I do have one as an example. You can take a cardboard insert and you tape it all around, and so now it's nice and firm. That's all you really care for. I also use a thermal printer to print out labels on the front and backside, but I'm sure there's other ways you can do it that aren't so expensive. But you can get a thermal label printer that does miniature labels for about $40 to $50 on Amazon. And so with that, I mean, when you're talking about there's, you know, hundreds of dollars, right, to produce these things, you know, which is like, you could make it yourself for $100 and it would have, you know, whatever you wanted, last names, Fleetwood Mac or band names on it, instead of just the traditional ABCs or something. So really good ways to be able to store vinyl, make it presentable, make it last the next 20, 30, 50 years. It's already made it 40, 50 years. It's time to restore it, make it last another 40, 50. And with that, everyone, thank you. Please like, subscribe, because we're going to be sharing so much information that the industry experts, they don't want you to know this. They just profit off you all the time with this information. Thank you.